Hello and welcome to For the Love of Self podcast. This is your host, Heather Murphy. Today, I'm going to be talking about FOMO and being triggered by other people. So, if you want some tips on how to deal with missing out on summer fun, be sure to stay tuned. Welcome to For the Love of Self podcast. My name is Heather Murphy. I am an embodiment coach and trauma-informed breathwork facilitator. It is my mission to help you love yourself deeply. If you are desiring unbreakable confidence and are ready to embody your authentically expressed next level self, where you are creating a life with heart-opening relationships, finances, and success, then get ready for your dose of self-love. All right, lovely people. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today. I have been out and about celebrating my 4-year wedding anniversary. We actually just celebrated our 10 years of being together last May. We went to the Salish Lodge, which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's in Snoqualmie Falls up in Washington. It's where the series Twin Peaks was filmed, and I'm a big David Lynch fan. So if you know what I'm talking about, shoot me a comment down below. Let me know you love David too. Oh, I'm really stumbling over my words. So it's 6:48 right now. So this is late for me because usually this is like pajama time, okay? But I wanted to get this episode in because it's been something that's been on my mind. In fact, I already filmed this podcast episode already, and there was just some changes I wanted to make. Mostly the fact that I wanted to actually tell you how you can address being triggered or even feeling a sense of FOMO in the summertime. I feel like this is the time of year where it can actually bring up a lot of nostalgia in a good way, and we can really manifest from this place because it really activates an inner child part of us, and that can be really beautiful. But it can also leave us feeling a little activated, a little triggered, feeling a little FOMO maybe because there are certain needs that we're not getting. And so, yeah, you might be finding yourself that you're one of these people that actually feels overwhelmed by the endless opportunities that the world has to offer. Or on the other hand, like I said, you might feel like you're one of these people that's like, oh, it must be nice. Wish I could have that life. I personally don't have those kind of options. And so, in this episode, we're going to talk about this and talk about how the universe is actually showing you what is possible for you. So, before we go any further, I am so excited to announce that I'm going to be doing a 21-day manifestation challenge. And we're going to be starting this during the best time to manifest in the summer, which is on the Lionsgate 8/8. So August 8th, 2024, we're going to be launching a 21-day challenge where you are going to be utilizing embodiment practices to step into your manifestation. Now, lately, I've started to realize what I need to be speaking to you all about, which is the fact that mindset work does not cut it alone. I'm not saying mindset is like don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What I'm going to say is that I feel like if you're someone that has been struggling to manifest and create the life of your dreams, then it might be because there's deeper stuff going on. If you feel like you're having a hard time taking action on the habits and the goals that you are trying to create in your life, and you're finding that you're either like completely disassociated, like staring at the wall, and you're like, I don't know why I can't stop like just binge watching some stupid show on Netflix all night. I don't know why I can't stop drinking. I don't know why I can't get myself to meditate every morning. Whatever it is that you're trying to transform in your life to be the version of yourself that has the thing that you desire, this challenge is going to help you get over those blocks, get through onto the other side of those blocks, because we're going to be starting with a bottom up approach. This isn't about using rituals. This isn't about using mindset work. This is not another self-help program. So this is about utilizing your body's innate wisdom to help you move through difficult blocks so that you can speed your way to what it is that you desire. So, if this is something that you are feeling called to and you've been struggling with your mindset work, you've been reading many self development books and listening to podcasts, trying to be positive, yet you're still not seeing the results that you want, then this is for you. So, when you get into this 21-day challenge, it's going to supercharge your intentions and your manifestations for the remainder of 2024. So, let's finish this year strong. Get yourself signed up. When you sign up, you get a sample of my somatic practices workbook that's from the Manifestations Embodied workbook, which you can upgrade to for $22. And then if you want the actual like whole notebook with many pages, but you can get the free version of this, and then you would just print it out yourself, or you could do a digital version. The challenge on August 8th, there's going to be live calls weekly, and we'll be doing some movement, some somatic practices. And yeah, so if you are a woman or a mom who has big dreams and you're ready to finish this year strong, this challenge is for you. I'm super excited about it. If you are looking to get more clarity on your dreams, this is for you. Just helping you step into being the version of yourself that is living the dreams that you want to be living. You'll be feeling more fully expressed, spending more time doing the things that are going to get you closer without all of the grit and difficulty that come with accomplishing goals. Let this be an experiment in being in flow and letting the universe speed things up for you. And this can even give you the opportunity to heal any childhood wounds or otherwise, as well as improve your marriage, your experience in motherhood, and all of your relationships in general, because this work is so much more than just using mindset to create your reality. This is about the deep, energetic work to become who we are meant to be, our authentic whole selves. So, as you can see, I'm very excited about it. But let's get back to the topic of today. Like I said, if you want to sign up for this, it's all in the show notes. Get your email in there, and I will be sending you all the infos. Okay, so now let's get on with the topic of FOMO, being activated by other people's travels, whatever it is. So, if you are someone who has ever felt triggered by someone when you're scrolling Instagram or TikTok or whatever, that they're out there living their best lives, where you're sitting there in your dirty house with your screaming kids or whatever it is, and your husband's driving you nuts or whatever it is over the summer. And I have been there, and that's why I'm saying this. My husband used to literally work like 16 hours a day, and I used to feel like especially after I had my daughter, I felt like summers were depressing when she was like 2. So I was like, I have to be all day with this child when all I want to do is be on a beach in Tulum or something. But we can really learn to to address these deeper issues, because it goes so much further than just what's at the surface. Um, and so, of course, like I should say, if we've learned anything about the truth of social media, is that nobody's life is perfect. But what is happening here is that you're actually seeing a part of you that you might have either denied, or they have some aspect of their personality that you're triggered by that reminds you of childhood wounding or something. And so, really, what it comes down to is like these are activations, and activations are the perfect opportunity to see what's inside of us. These are our roadblocks that are preventing us from letting our manifestations come into our life. So you can't positive think your way out of this one, because the fact is there is a core wound here for you, possibly, in that let's say somebody's on like a hyper luxury experience and you're just like super activated by it, and so then you find yourself judging this person. So it's like a combination of like, you might feel like there's not even feel you might be denying the fact that there's a part of you that actually wants that yourself, but instead you're projecting and you are judging this person um for experiencing this hyper luxury experience. And instead you're instead of like opening up to being curious you continue to keep yourself blocked from what it is that you authentically want. Maybe you actually don't want that luxury experience and you are like, I actually would rather go camping, but there's something about it that is deeper there to explore. And so, as I've talked about, one of the important phases of my embodied forces method is the process that you have to learn to love your light and you have to learn to love your dark side. And what I mean by this is like through this FOMO or this trigger, you get to learn more about yourself. From there, you can take aligned action to become the embodied version of who you truly are. So, take for example, when in the past, when I would see people traveling all summer and having fun, I would feel kind of like depressed that I felt like that's how I would get. Um, it would activate my I'm not good enough wound. And so it's funny because uh that doesn't seem right off the bat. That's not like the thought you would go to. You're not like, I'm just mad because I feel like I'm not good enough. Like maybe you are that self aware, but if you're not, this is the work that you need to be doing. You need to be somatically feeling around in your body, like where you feel this feeling, so that you can sit with it long enough to see what aspects of yourself come to light. And so when I say the love your light part, how can you love the part of yourself that has its own needs? So let's say you do want that luxury vacation too. How can you learn to love that aspect of yourself more? Maybe it's not, and you're like, I actually just really want to like be in a camper van all summer, and that's great too. How can you love the part of you that wants that? Maybe you even feel shame for that. You're like, oh, people will think I'm a dirty hippie or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm not going to speak for you what your stuff is, but with that, you can see how there's like this beautiful light inside of you that like is authentic and has these true desires that are really yours. And how can you start to step into not only holding space for the parts of yourself that have these beautiful desires that are true to you, but also the shame and the blame and the guilt that comes attached with that sometimes. How can we integrate? Now, this has been another thing. Integration is another thing I want to touch on real quick because I don't mind saying the word like let's work on our healing, like this is healing work. Um, I never like to say fixed. If you're someone out there, because when I was really struggling with my depression and anxiety for years and years of my life, I didn't know if I would ever be fixed. I thought I was up and I thought that I was never going to be a normal person. And really, when I began my healing journey and I walked the healing path, it was beautiful. It has been beautiful. Like I continue it, of course, but it wasn't until recently that I was like, you know what? It's not actually healing work, because I think that the problem with the word healing is that people think that there's going to be some sort of ending. Because what would happen in the last couple of years is I would run into a similar situation, a similar trigger, and I'd be like, damn it, you know what? I thought I healed this shit. And then I realized recently that it's not about healing, it's about integrating. We have to learn to integrate. And what I mean is, we weave this beautiful fabric of our all aspects of who we are. And I'm not saying that we let our dark shadows and our guilt take over the driver's seat. I'm saying that these are aspects of ourselves that we need to learn to love and accept. So that's what I mean by love your light, love your darkness. Let it all be there without judgment. And this is what we do through embodiment. We start from the bottom and we work our way up. Okay. If you think about it this way, you're a human who has five senses. You go through the world, you experience the world through those five senses. All of that information goes into your brain. It creates a belief system and a story that goes on into your nervous system and lives in your body. So we need to reverse engineer and start in the body. So, the way that I want to invite you to view these activations when they come up is that the universe is presenting you with more clarity and that this is happening for you. Now, it may not feel like the universe is on your side when you feel bad, but that's not true. There is no such thing as good and bad in the world of energetics. It just is. But what if you just see it as if, like, everything that you're being shown, what you are experiencing in reality is just showing you what is possible for you. So, yes, you may see things that you see as bad, but you also see things that you would see as good. And so it's really about us opening up our energetic, embodied, energetic pathways so that we can begin experiencing and receiving those things which we deem as good. And also, it's showing you the things that you are needing to integrate with, those aspects that you feel shame, guilt, and embarrassment about. So, whatever it is that you're being shown would not be shown to you unless it was possible for you too. So think about that. That's incredible. Do you realize that we live in this world where sharing information is easier than it ever was, and what that does for people in terms of what they see as possible for them? This is a really incredible time to be on earth for that reason, because more and more people are waking up to what else is possible. I love asking that question. What else is possible? It's like the other saying, this or something better. So we just have to get out of our own way and realize that what everything that we desire is already within us because we are energy too. Our reality is just a reflection of the stardust we are made of. All things are possible for you, but we just have to learn emotional and energetic mastery to navigate the ability to create our dreams. Okay, so this episode is obviously super short and sweet, but I just want you to keep some things in mind. When you're feeling activated, I want to invite you to get curious. Go ahead and feel around into your body, see where you feel the emotional activation. This is where we practice emotional and energetic mastery. So, somatic awareness, being aware of where do I feel that in my body. If you're having a hard time with that, that's okay. There's some other aspects of that that we go deeper to inside of um, my one to one work or group coaching that I do, where we can begin to access some safety around somatic awareness. If you don't feel a lot in your body, it might be because you have some sort of complex trauma or or like straight up trauma, and that your body has sort of been activated in a fight or flight or freeze or fawn mode. And so we want to honor that and hold space for that and be really trauma informed around bringing the body back online so that it can awaken to what's alive. So honoring that. And then, so with being curious somatically, then we can start having a conversation with what's living inside, asking ourselves clarifying questions. Is this mine or does this belong to someone else? Is this envy or is this actually is this envy or is this shame that I feel? So yeah, there's lots of ways that we can explore, and then getting really clear on what's a yes or a no. So you can ask yourself things like, is it because I actually would like to have the same thing that this person is experiencing, or is it something deeper? And so we have to just get curious and start asking a lot of these questions. And through somatic practices, that's where we can begin the integration process and integrate with loving our light, loving our darkness, letting it all be there. And from this place, this is when we take action because our body is going to become a clear channel for what is available to us now that we've unblocked, and we can intuitively take action from this space. Manifestations come through so much faster in this way, and it has worked for me and for my clients. So I hope you give it a try. And I really hope that you join us for the 21-day manifestation challenge on August 8th. And I look forward to seeing what you create in these final months of the year. I know it seems crazy to say since we're still technically in July, but I know some of us like to hone in the summer magic just to like push us on through. So I can't wait to see you there, and have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll catch you next week. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. If you found this episode helpful in any way, I want to invite you to send it to someone who would benefit from it. Also, consider leaving a rate and review for the podcast, as it really does help the podcast get to the top of the recommendations list, so that even more people can get on the self-love train. Come follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at fortheloveof.self. That's at fortheloveof.self. Shoot me a message and let me know what your favorite takeaways were. I love meeting new people and watching them grow. And thank you again so much for tuning in today, as it really is an honor to be here with you. We'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and of course, don't forget to subscribe.